This is part 2 of patriarchal dating versus conscious dating, where I'm breaking down 8 key differences that help to explain why so many women and men feel like dating is frustrating and exhausting and confusing and just is not working for them. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, I recommend you start there. I cover the bigger cultural context of this topic and share 3 other very important differences between patriarchal dating and relationships and conscious dating and relationships. And my hope with these videos is just to give you some contrast and a new lens to look through so that you can take a step back from feeling like there's something wrong with you and really see the bigger picture here and understand that you're dating within a patriarchal system that's deeply impacting how you see yourself, how men and women relate to each other, and how we all experience dating and relationships. And please remember, if I share an aspect of patriarchal dating and it sounds like you or something you're doing or have done in the past, that doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It actually makes perfect sense. This is what has been modeled for us. This is what we've been conditioned to believe is normal. This is what your nervous system and your subconscious mind sees as familiar and safe. Please be gentle with yourself and just try to stay connected to how you feel in your body throughout the video. Notice your breath, your posture, maybe some sensations or memories might come up. This is all an important part of the healing process. Difference number 4. In patriarchal dating, you put men on a pedestal. You're focused on what he thinks, what he feels, what he wants. In conscious dating, you own your feminine power and tune into what you think, what you feel, and what you want. If you've been taught to prioritize men, it makes perfect sense. Women have been conditioned to do this, and in some cases it truly is survival. But women are the ones with the real power here. The sperm doesn't choose the egg, okay? It's the other way around. And that's not to say that women should be put on a pedestal either. This is about bringing things back into balance and bringing your attention back onto yourself and really connecting with what it actually means to be a woman. The power of a woman is so deep and so complex. Like, we will never be able to fully understand what this means. But one thing I know for sure is that everything in my dating life changed when I stopped worrying about what men thought of me and how the men I dated felt about me. And I started paying attention to how I felt about them and how I felt about myself and how I valued myself. Difference number 5. In patriarchal dating, you date from fear and lack, scarcity, insecurity, and unconscious wounding. In conscious dating, you date from wholeness, from a place of somatic safety, and a true desire for love and expansion. And this isn't about being 100% whole or completely healed before you start to date or get into a relationship. This is about getting curious about what's really going on beneath the surface. It's about understanding how your past experiences are influencing your life today and recognizing what you can control and what you can't, and taking responsibility. It's wanting to heal your wounds, not because you think there's something wrong with you, but because you want to experience all the beautiful things that life has to offer, which includes deep intimacy with other humans and also with yourself. Difference number 6. In patriarchal dating, men must lead while women surrender. In conscious dating, you walk side by side, co-creating, supporting, and complementing one another. Relationships don't thrive on these traditional gender roles or masculine-feminine dynamics. They thrive on somatic safety. They thrive when both people are valued equally in the relationship. And while men and women are very different, we're both human and have human needs that have nothing to do with gender. Things like love, connection, belonging, safety. And in conscious relationship, we respect those differences and we understand that we're both two separate individuals on our own journeys trying to figure this thing out, but also understand that we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could apart. Difference number 7. In patriarchal dating, you're focused on what you will get in love and relationships. In conscious dating, you're focused on what you have to give. Something very typical of patriarchal dating and relationships is this kind of scorekeeping and power struggles. It's like, I'm not getting what I need from you, so I'll withhold something I know you need or want. This is modeled for us all the time in TVs and movies, and probably something you notice in your real life. A lot of times women are withholding intimacy as some kind of punishment, or men are doing something just to get sex. Or if you've ever felt obligated to talk to a guy that bought you a drink, you know what I'm talking about. In conscious relationship, the energy is completely different. It's not transactional and it's not this 50-50. It's I give 100% and you give 100%, not because we have to or because we're trying to get something, but because we want to. And not just during the dating phase to get the guy or get the girl, but throughout the entire relationship. And this isn't about overgiving or abandoning yourself, which is something women are also conditioned to do. It's about knowing your own needs and knowing your capacity and your boundaries and feeling safe to express them. And when things get out of balance, when one partner isn't or can't show up fully, which will absolutely happen, there isn't any blaming or withholding. There's communication and cooperation to get that partner back to 100. Not because it means I'll get more, but because I genuinely care about this person and their well-being. And difference number 8, in patriarchal dating, relationships are for comfort and security. You just have to find the one. Conscious dating and relationships are for growth and for your soul's evolution. Finding him is just the beginning of the journey. We've all been raised on fairy tales and the idea that all you have to do is find your Prince Charming and you'll live happily ever after. That's not true. And all you probably have to do is look around at some of the couples you know. They're not happy, they're not fulfilled, and you probably wonder if they even like each other, but they stay together because they found the one and now they're stuck with them. And when challenges come up, it's a burden, it's annoying. It's like, why can't you be the person I fell in love with? In conscious relationship, finding the person is just the beginning. And in reality, it's probably the easy part. A conscious relationship won't magically fix your wounds and insecurities and triggers. It will only reveal them. But you understand that they're being brought to the surface so that you can heal. Challenges are expected and they're seen as opportunities for deeper connection so that you can grow together in love and expand your consciousness and level up in a way that I don't know is possible to do on your own. So there you have it, 8 major differences between patriarchal dating and relationships and conscious dating and relationships. And I want to be clear that this isn't a black or white thing. It's not like you're either in a patriarchal relationship or a conscious one. It's more like a spectrum or a spiral that you're on. In my relationship, for example, things aren't perfect or always easy. And the journey isn't always linear. We're not immune to this conditioning either, and we can fall into old unconscious patterns, and both of our wounds can get triggered. But when that happens, we don't see it as a problem or make it mean that there's something wrong with our relationship or that there's something wrong with one of us. It's an opportunity for healing and deeper connection, and we're committed to seeing our relationship that way. And And just having this awareness and starting to take a closer look at what you feel like you have to do in dating and relationships versus what would actually feel good to you and what you really want to experience will start to change how you show up and how you respond to men and what you pay attention to. It's like once you start to see it, you can't unsee it and things will start to shift. And I just want you to know that you deserve the connection you really want, regardless of what's been modeled to you. And it is 100% possible for you to find the right person and create the fulfilling, expansive, loving, conscious relationship you desire.